Before America touched these islands, before the first gunfire cracked through the jungle, there was only the sound of drums, war cries, and blood spilled on sacred soil. The trailer for Chief of War doesn't open with peace, it opens with pain, and one man's pain will rise to lead a rebellion. Jason Momoa doesn't play a superhero here. He plays something more raw, a man shaped by dirt, fire, and betrayal. The trailer opens with sweeping shots of the Pacific, waves crashing violently on black stone beaches. But this isn't a vacation postcard. These waves carry the weight of war. They touch land where tribes are locked in ancient conflict, brother against brother, chief against chief. In the middle of it all stands Jason Momoa's character. Shirtless, tattooed, eyes burning with rage and sadness. He isn't a king yet, but he's a warrior. And this trailer wastes no time showing what kind. There are no speeches, no politics, just war. We see him leading warriors into battle with only spears and raw courage. His body is bloodied, his face is hard. He doesn't fight for power. He fights because someone has to. Then come the flashbacks. A young boy watching his people fall, a father taken, a home burned. These moments tell us something deeper. This war didn't begin in the fields, it began in his heart. Every scream, every swing of his blade is personal. And the trailer makes it clear this is not a fight for glory. This is a fight for survival. As the trailer continues, the colors darken. Storm clouds roll in, not just in the sky but in the story. Jason's character walks between two worlds, his duty to his tribe and the urge to take revenge. He stares down rival chiefs with fire in his eyes. He screams to the sky, his voice shaking the trees. The war drums grow louder, faster, until you feel them in your chest. And just when you think he might break, we see the moment everything changes. He takes the chief's mantle. Not by vote, not by ceremony, by force. He doesn't ask to lead. He becomes the leader. The trailer shows him standing before his warriors, gripping a spear, his face like stone, and behind him fire. Not just from torches, but from the rage and unity of a people ready to fight. Jason Momoa brings more than strength to this role. He brings soul. You can feel the weight of every decision in his eyes. The guilt, the fear, the pressure to save his people from not just foreign enemies, but their own divisions. He's not perfect. That's what makes him powerful. He's human. He bleeds, he mourns, and still he rises. The trailer's first half leaves one thing clear. This man wasn't born a chief. He was forged into one. And the Pacific won't forget his name. He doesn't shout, he doesn't beg. He remembers. And when he speaks, the island listens. While Jason Momoa brings fire to Chief of War, Temuera Morrison brings depth, wisdom, loss, and the kind of pain only age can carry. This isn't just a story of warriors, it's a story of what they must give up to become one. Temuera Morrison enters the trailer like a whisper before the storm. He doesn't draw his blade first, he watches, he waits. His character, an aging chief and mentor, carries the weight of wars long past. His face is lined with wisdom, his voice heavy with memory. You can see it in the way he walks, slower, deliberate, as if every step is tied to stories buried in the land. In a brief but powerful scene, we hear him speak to Jason Momoa's young warrior. The land is not won with blood alone. It must be remembered. That line cuts through the trailer like a blade. This isn't just a war for land, it's a war for identity, for memory. And Morrison's character serves as the soul of that history. He speaks of ancestors, of spirits in the sea, of gods in the volcanoes. When others are ready to burn everything down, he reminds them what they're fighting for. But he's no pacifist. The trailer shows him sharpening his blade, rapping his knuckles, and preparing for battle like a man who's buried too many brothers to waste time with fear. One of the most emotional moments in the trailer shows Morrison sitting alone under a massive banyan tree. In his hands, a necklace weathered, broken. Maybe it belonged to a lost son, maybe to a brother. The trailer doesn't say. It doesn't need to. The silence says everything. You feel the loss. And that pain makes every word he speaks afterward hit harder. As chaos grows and the tribes fracture, Morrison's character doesn't raise his voice, but his presence grows stronger. He becomes the calm at the center of the storm. When the younger warriors argue, he reminds them of ancient vows. When Jason's character rages, Morrison doesn't flinch. Instead, he places a steady hand on his shoulder and simply says, "Do not let rage speak louder than the drums." This moment between them, brief but intimate, hints at something deeper. A father-son bond, not of blood, but of duty. One man, trying to pass on the wisdom of peace before the next generation drowns in war. The trailer doesn't spell it out, but the way they look at each other, it says it all, and when the final act of the trailer erupts into violence, blazing huts, clashing warriors, the ocean-turning red Temuera Morrison is there, older, slower, but not hiding. With a spear in one hand and the past in the other, he charges beside the young. Not because he wants to fight, but because he must. He's the reminder that a rebellion isn't just built on rage, it's built on roots, brotherhood, memory, and sacrifice. In Chief of War, Morrison doesn't need to steal the spotlight. He anchors it. He reminds the audience and the characters that history isn't just behind them, it's walking with them every step. Every scar. Every chant in the wind. They came with gifts, smiles, promises, but the island saw through it. Behind their flags were chains. Behind their prayers, gunpowder. And when the first foreign boot touched the sand, something ancient woke. In the Pacific, it wasn't fear. It was fury. The rebellion didn't start in battle. It started the moment they lied. The trailer shifts tone the moment the outsiders appear. A dark ship cuts across blue waters like a wound slicing through flesh. Sailors in heavy armor, armed with rifles and strange language, step onto the beach not as visitors but as owners. They offer gold, religion, power, but their eyes tell the truth. They want to take everything, land, people, soul. Jason Momoa's warrior doesn't kneel, not even for a second. But the threat isn't just from the strangers. It comes from within. The trailer shows a younger chief shaking hands with the invaders, smiling as if he's securing peace. But peace has a price. And it's always paid in blood. The trailer gives us glimpses: villages burned, women taken, children hiding in the jungle, silent, terrified. This is where the rebellion is born. A scene flashes where warriors gather in secret by torchlight. Jason's character stands before them, not as a chief, not yet, but as a voice of the land. "They say we are savage," he whispers, "then let them taste the wild." The men around him pound fists to their chests, not in anger. In promise. Then the trailer explodes. Spears against rifles. Fire against steel. But it's not just war, it's rage turned sacred, a spiritual fire. Warriors painted in ash leap from cliffs. Women defend their homes with blades and bare hands. Children chant ancient war cries while drums echo through the jungle. You don't just watch the rebellion, you feel it, but not all battles are loud. One haunting moment shows Jason's character staring down the betrayer, the chief who sold their land for comfort. No words are spoken, just a long, silent look across a blood-soaked field. The music fades, you expect violence. Instead, Jason drops his weapon and walks away. Sometimes the loudest rebellion is choosing not to become the monster. We also glimpse the colonizers breaking, soldiers screaming in panic as their ships are sabotaged. One yells, "They don't fight like us," and he's right. They don't. They fight with ghosts, with gods, with generations whispering from every leaf and stone. Every death is honored. Every strike is a prayer. And when the rebels finally rise under a single banner, a black flag, marked by the symbol of the island's gods, this isn't just a battle. It's a reckoning. The trailer ends this section with a burning shoreline. The invaders retreat. The jungle watches in silence. And Jason, bloodied but alive, kneels by a grave. He places a carved stone on it, possibly a brother, a mother, a friend. It doesn't matter. In this war, everyone loses something. But what the trailer makes clear is this: the colonizers came for power. The island rose for freedom. And they will fight until the sea itself turns red to protect it. This isn't just a war story. It's a heartbeat from the past, pounding through every frame. It's the voice of a stolen history, finally roaring back, and Jason Momoa? He's not just starring, he's reclaiming something sacred. Chief of War isn't made to entertain. It's made to remember. From the very first second, Chief of War doesn't feel like just another series. It feels lived in. You can almost smell the smoke. Feel the ocean spray. Hear the ancient songs in the background of every battle. This isn't CGI noise. It's crafted, hand-built, rooted in soil, sweat, and spirit. The trailer showcases wide shots of breathtaking island landscapes, lava cliffs, misty jungles, moonlit beaches soaked in blood. But it never lets the beauty distract from the brutality. This world is gorgeous, yes, but it's also dangerous, sacred, and scarred. And that's what makes it unforgettable. Jason Momoa brings more than muscle to the screen. He brings soul. He co-created this series. He fought to tell this story. A story of his ancestors. A story that Hollywood has ignored for far too long. This isn't about making him look cool. It's about making his culture stand tall. And he doesn't hold back. The camera lingers on small, quiet moments, an elder lighting a torch with shaking hands, warriors tattooing each other before battle, a mother singing to her child while gunfire echoes in the distance. These moments hit harder than any explosion, because they remind us that behind every war is a reason to survive. Temuera Morrison, legendary in his own right, adds another layer. His presence gives the show weight, history, echoes. You feel like every word he speaks could be carved into stone. The bond between him and Momoa's character doesn't just drive the story, it grounds it. It's the old world and the new colliding in one final stand, the score-deep drums, haunting chants, strings that rise like tides makes everything feel larger than life. And when the trailer cuts to black after one final war cry, you don't just want to watch the show. You want to stand up and fight for it, but Chief of War is more than a battle. It's about why we fight. For land, for blood, for names that were stolen, for voices that were silenced, for cultures that deserve more than footnotes. This trailer doesn't just tease a story. It demands that we listen to one that's been waiting centuries to be told. And in that final shot, Jason Momoa standing alone on a cliff, overlooking smoke rising from the sea, you realize something. This series doesn't want your applause. It wants your respect, because this isn't just entertainment. This is legacy. And legacy is always written in fire.